Welcome to episode 86 of Cougs on Cougs. I'm so used to saying this is Jess, but this is Jordan. This is not Jess. I'm Mary. Jess unfortunately has a sick little boy, so cross your fingers for him to get feeling better, but I'm excited to have my husband fill in. Welcome.
Happy to be here.
Okay, should we start with our quote of the week?
Quote of the week. When you get into a tight place and everything goes against you, till it seems you could not hang on a minute longer, never give up then, for that is just the place and time the tide will turn. That's Harriet Beecher Stowe.
Yeah, and I actually saw that on Jenny Lake's Instagram relating to Diane, and I think that's his mom. I'm not 100% positive, don't quote me on that, but it came from someone close to Diane, and I just thought it was absolutely perfect because we are at that point when everything is going against us and it doesn't really seem like we can hang on anymore, right? So hopefully that means the tide's going to turn.
It kind of turned for him, two giant interceptions.
Sure did. Amen. We will get to that in a minute.
I look forward to that.
I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Lauren Oldham, who won Wendy Brown's giveaway. We did a lot of promotion for that on our show, on our Twitter, and Lauren is the lucky winner of all of those BYU beauty products. So yeah.
Yeah, nice job. A few hundred entries, and she came out on top.
Thanks to everyone who entered, and especially congrats to her. All right, so let's go right into coaching from the couch. So it has been, I think, a 3-week hiatus from coaching from the couch. Does that sound right?
Much needed. We've
just been a little bit too frustrated to look back at these games. But for the first time after Saturday, it was a 35-10 loss for BYU. But for the first time in a long time, I at least, and I know Jess felt this way, that there were a few bright spots that we could focus on. So we are going to do what went wrong first, and then we'll do what went right. And it's Coach Blanchard and Coach Blanchard, so we'll go with Coach Jordan. What do you think went wrong?
Well, I'll summarize kind of what Jess said. Coach Tyler, she says the defense allowing 546 yards.
That's a lot of yards.
Offense, only 31% on third down completions or conversions. Didn't get our only fourth down opportunity. Rushing ourselves for only 29 yards. As a defensive person myself, that 546 yards is just jumping out at me.
Makes you want to barf.
You can't win games when you're giving up that many yards.
And especially, I think she did a good job complimenting that. If you're going to allow 546 yards, you've got to get 546 yards yourself. Sometimes
so
there are just those shootout games.
It.
Yeah, 29. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Our running game was pitiful, and I don't even feel bad saying that because that's, like, generous for what it was.
It was bad.
My what went wrong is that the offense, well, it has to do with total yardage again. There's this tweet from Ben Bagley that said, the BYU offense had 170 yards and Ghanwoloku had 105 interception return yards.
First off, what Diane did, that was incredible. But that should never be close to what your offense is doing.
This is not bagging on Diane. What he did was amazing, but
the fact that
they shouldn't be comparable for sure.
Yeah, they're not even on the same plane.
Yeah, and just kind of in that same vein, I'm just railing on the offense a little bit more. I thought this tweet was funny from Jeff Johnston. He said, BYU offense today, 1 first down, check. Multiple first downs, check. Cross the 50, check. We did it. Score it all, yes. 1 touchdown? Yes, we did get 1 touchdown. Multiple touchdowns?
Nope.
Still no. Beat the spread?
Nope.
Still no. 0-7 against the spread and win?
Ooh.
Still no.
And I like at the bottom of that tweet, sigh.
Same. So that's my what went wrong. The offense still is just lacking in a lot of areas.
For Coach Tyler, what went right for her? A touchdown pass.
Yay!
That's exciting. That's kind of what we've been waiting for. Hefo runs a really great, post route underneath. Tanner hits him in stride.
It was beautiful. That looked like what we expect BYU to look like. Mine was that we finally actually won the turnover battle. I think we've been waiting to do that for several weeks. have not managed to do so, have barely had any turnovers to boast about. So that's good. We only did just barely win it. Each team had a fumble. Each team, we threw 1 interception and we got 2 interceptions. So we were only +1 in the turnover margin. But hey, I'm still going to call it a victory that we won that battle because we've been waiting for that.
With their time of possession, we probably needed 5 more turnovers.
Yes. But this is what went right, so we're going to say it's
winning
just
the battle.
That's
a huge step
I will
for our
say,
team.
And just to give some more praise to Dion, that first pick he got, especially if offense would have been able to produce on that changes the entire game.
Totally.
I mean, they were about to score a touchdown there, and he gets an interception. That could have definitely changed the game if offense could have done anything with it.
Big plays like that have that ability, for sure.
So shout out to Dion, and hopefully we will play well enough this week against East Carolina that Coaching from the Couch will be back. Up
next we have Along the Trail. That's got to be my favorite segment. We talk about fun places and food.
Yes, this, I'm so sorry, is another pitiful excuse for Along the Trail to Fame and Glory. We're usually really good about getting fans in the area, but we kind of got pitted with these 2 really kind of hard small town places week after week. We did not have any luck finding a BYU fan in Greenville, but as always, we'll keep trying for you. So we did pull some stuff from TripAdvisor that we want to talk about. So Greenville, North Carolina, that's where East Carolina is, and the Cougars are headed back to the East Coast later this week. That game will be on Saturday. So we did find 3 things to do and 3 places to eat. So for the first thing to do, what do we got?
The Greenville Museum of Art. Seems kind of small, but it could be really cool. The architecture within the building itself might be worth looking at.
Some of the reviews I read just talk about how impressive it is as the small town museum. So always good to get some culture in there. The second thing that we're going to recommend is called River Park North. I feel like every city kind of has their version of Central Park. And this is kind of Greenville's version of Central Park. So it's a big park. They have a nature center there where you can check out, I think, some live animals, some taxidermy animals. It looks kind of cool and swampy. There's paddle boating that you can do. There's play area for the children. It just looks like a nice way to get outside and enjoy the surrounding area.
Yeah, and really fun.
And even in these pictures, it's looking really beautiful in the fall, and I'm sure that you'll get that same
right now
look if you go.
Be awesome.
So that's our second suggestion. As for our third suggestion,
it's a place called The Venue. It's an antique store. Personally, I'm all about antique stores, and I don't know if there's a better way to dive into the culture of a city and of an area than to see their antiques and things like that. Lots of little trinkets, boards, photos, all kinds of signage.
Yeah, it looks like it's got some really cool stuff, and The Venue is not the only antique store around. I did see there were several. So check this one out. Even if you're not into antiquing, like Jordan said, it's a really good way to get immersed in the culture. So check out The Venue.
Save some room in your suitcase.
Okay, now our favorite, what to eat. Our first recommendation is actually an Indian place. Love when we can find Indian. This restaurant is called Cinnamon, and it has 5-star review, and that's out of more than 150 reviews. Everyone says that it's excellent. Some of the recommendations are the naan and the mango pudding, which I want to eat right now. And the pictures make it look pretty good. So get some Indian food in Greenville. That's on Evans Street in Greenville.
You can't go to North Carolina without having some barbecue. Bee's Barbecue. The reviews are awesome. I love North Carolina barbecue myself. Kind of that tangy.
Yeah, it's a different style.
And can't beat that.
Yeah, some of the reviews say that if you've ever wanted original North Carolina barbecue, this is the place to go. Pictures look great, so go have some barbecue for us. Our third suggestion is more of a kind of trendy place that is fun for breakfast and lunch, and the people say the food is just to die for. A lot of the reviews say they went for breakfast and they were just really impressed. So it's called the Scullery. I'll show this picture of the French toast, which looks amazing.
Yes.
Looks like big portions. Just looks like a really nice place to
down
grab.
Breakfast.
So check out the Scholarly. So like we said, sorry that is like just our best guesses, but honestly, even after that, I kind of want to go to Greenville now. So
yeah. Now we have Talk of the Town. Up first, a tweet from Kyle at Y_soup. It's BYU football team singing the fight song to the fans that traveled all that way to Mississippi.
They did not have to do that.
After a tough loss, I think that shows a lot and speaks a little bit to their character and things like that.
Who's standing right there.
Kalani's right in the thick of it.
Tanner.
That's good to see.
Yeah, these boys aren't running away to the locker room. They're still going to thank their fans. So yep. I love that.
They're going to keep battling. I like that.
This comes from Matt Foley's wonderful mother at Suzanne Foley. She and her husband Ken traveled out to Starkville for the game, and I loved this. It says, Mississippi State returned the favor from last year, handed out free ice cream to BYU fans. Me and Jess always talk about how BYU does this for visiting fans because it's one of our favorite things, and I know that Mississippi State fans really appreciated it last year. I think that might have been one of the first tweets we shared about it. So to see them turn around and do it back to us is just really great, and I heard a lot of really good things. I did not hear of anyone who had an unpleasant experience with a fan in Mississippi. So shout out to them. And in that same vein,
Spencer tweeted out that they gave out cowbells.
Yeah. Those were annoying. But
cowbells are hecka annoying.
That's a nice show of
it's
sportsmanship.
Kind of cool.
That'll be on the BYU Sports Nation set for sure. Hopefully they won't ring it. Okay, this is kind of cool. I liked this from at Royal Coug. They said, so how many teams can say they had a 6-game losing streak and a 6-game winning streak in the same season?
Please.
Let's do this.
I hope so.
So, yeah, and that is totally possible for us. So, like you said, let's do it. Let's go. Oh, this is bad news. We just had to give this sad update on Matt Hadley. If you didn't notice, he didn't travel to Starkville. It sounds like he has a knee injury of sorts. So he was actually in surgery, and we wanted to put up this caption that he shared with a great quote about how you can grow in your times of sorrow and trial and adversity. He said it's not easy. There's a picture of him getting surgery, but he's so grateful for his wife, his family, his coaches, his teammates, his trainers, his doctors, that he is going to work hard to get his body right, and that then he reiterated again how much he loves his teammates. So such a bummer to see your senior leader go down like that, and honestly, we need him on that defense right now as our safety. So we hope that he's able to figure stuff out, and maybe I would like to see him get another year of eligibility. I don't know if that's a possibility at that point, but we'll see. So get well soon, Matt. We just want to give
I like that he quoted Joseph B. Worthland, a great football player himself.
Yes.
ESPN 960 Sports says, what was different about basketball practice yesterday was Heath Schroyer holding guys accountable.
Oh, man, I got so excited when I read this.
We need some of that.
I think that has been one of the problems with the basketball team, and I don't mean to bag on the coaching staff and to say that they haven't been holding them accountable necessarily, but to have a member of the media say that he's seeing Heath Schroyer do it right there and then instead of ways where we're not seeing it, it's just that is what I want to see.
Honestly, sometimes it takes a new voice, a new face within a coaching staff to recreate the identity of the whole staff, and maybe he'll do that.
Yeah, that's what it's sounding like. So we will see very, very soon. I can't wait. This tweet comes from Jimmer Fredette. Okay, this is so funny because I saw on his wife Whitney's Instagram story that he was meeting his idol and that he was freaking out and sending her all these texts, but she didn't say who it was. And then we see this picture emerge that he got to meet Roger Federer. So apparently, Jimmer is all of our idols. Our idol has an idol, and it's Roger Federer. So
he is one of the all-time greats.
Oh, for sure. So he said, met the GOAT to Roger Federer at Rolex Masters tonight, which is a tennis tournament that was going on in Shanghai. He said, amazing tennis player and awesome guy, had a great experience at the tournament. So that's a great picture of two of the all-times right there.
I actually have seen Jimmer tweet about Roger Federer.
And how much he loves
him.
him.
Watching, on TV right now, my favorite, all that kind of stuff. So it's cool that he got to finally meet him.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, more basketball news.
Chris Reichert says BYU alum Tyler Haws has signed a G League contract and will play for the Delaware 86ers.
No.
87ers as a tryout player per a source.
So shout out to Tyler Haws. We weren't sure what he was going to be doing there for a little while, so it looks like he will be with this G League team in Delaware at least for a little while. So that'll be interesting.
For the meantime.
There you go. Okay, this is some bad news. This is from Doug Kied, and he said that Patriots linebacker Harvey Longy was involved in a car accident with his wife Cassidy last night. Injuries are considered serious but not life-threatening. More details have emerged about that. There's been pictures from the crash, and it does not look good.
The car was mangled.
I know. And they were rear-ended at a stoplight, and the damage that was done by that
It's pretty incredible.
Bad.
Yeah.
So his wife had taken to Twitter because the Patriots said that Harvey Longy and a passenger, I think they were just trying to protect her identity. But she said that she was the passenger. She confirmed that. Sounds like they're working on getting better. According to the Patriots injury report, it was a back injury for Harvey Longy. But this is just one of those things that shows you that there is more to life than football. We are definitely thinking of and praying for Harvey and his wife as they recover from these injuries.
Get well soon.
All right, so that is it for Talk of the Town. As for what's next, we've got BYU versus East Carolina. That will be in Greenville, North Carolina. Do the things we told you to do. Send pictures to us. That game will be at 5 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Again, this game is on CBS Sports Network, which kind of sucks, but we trust you all will find a way to make it happen. Make sure you wear white if you're traveling to the game, as it is an away game. So.
Our sponsor number one, Cosmo. How could he not be a sponsor after all the press he's been getting? Cosmo's amazing.
Keep dancing, Cosmo. I mean, at least when we're losing football, we have that, right? Our second sponsor is Cherry Rockwood, which is BYU Creamery's latest and greatest flavor. I think we're going to have to test it for the good of the show, right? So we can report back on it.
We'll report back.
May you always stay loyal to the white and blue. For Jordan, I'm Mary. We'll see you next week.